In addition to hunger and cold, I realized that I was also struggling with silence. Uni sometimes went all day without addressing a word to me. In desperation, I had long conversations with Moon and with Bora, the pig, standing beside his sty and scratching his back with a stick. Uni often fed Bora scraps, and sometimes I stole one or two of them for myself before giving them to him. He was, after all, very fat, whereas I was much thinner than I used to be. I enjoyed Bora's grunts, but I would rather have talked to another person. "Do you ever feel lonely?" I asked Uni once. There was a long silence. "Sometimes," she replied. "Don't you mind?" She made a gesture like pushing something away from her. "I am used to it. It doesn't matter." When the chores were all done, Uni expected me to sit still as she did, she in her rocking chair, I on a cushion on the hearth. I hated doing this, and soon learned to spin out the chores so that they kept me busy for much of the morning. But sooner or later there was nothing to do but go back into the hut and sit down. Half a day would pass without conversation or movement. Sometimes I fell asleep, upright, since Uni saw no reason for me to lie down during the day. Always I yawned and fidgeted. "It's very boring," I said unwarily once. "Good," said Uni, and spoke no more. Not for the first time I hated her. I spent the time dreaming of food. There was something that I began to mind more than the cold and hunger. It was the feeling that while I was enduring all of this discomfort and Uni's wounding sarcasm, I was learning nothing about the special sort of power that was the gift of the Doran. I had supposed that Uni would sit me down and instruct me properly in the use of herbs and ointments, helping me to understand, as all my other teachers had done, instead of merely tossing off a comment about a plant now and then. But when I saw Uni working on her medicines and asked for information, she would wave me away with, "It's not important," as if the whole thing were a secret, and suggest that it was time for me to get on with feeding the pig. "How will I learn if you never teach me anything?" I asked crossly one day. She did not bother to reply.